everybody. Thanks for joining us today for the General Collective Weekend Energies. We will see what the weekend holds for our sweet and salty reading. So the good and the bad, and hopefully the energy will be positive. It'll be uplifting. Because the weekend is all about that. It's all about taking that break from work and enjoying life and enjoying your family. So all of the decks here have been pre-shuffled. So we're going to go ahead and start with, I'm going to start with this one. We're going to pull a couple cards to see what the energy is going to be. This is just going to be general energies and love. It's going to be in money. It's going to be in everything else in between, whatever Spirit has in store for us. And we will go from there. Okay, as I'm dealing this, please feel free to like and subscribe, and check out the information down below. Looking good. Yeah, let's just do like one more card. Get one more card. Okay, we'll get two more cards. Okay, so bottom of the deck energy is the Three of Swords. So we're talking about like heartbreak, reminiscing about something that really, really broke your heart, really hurt you. This is usually denoted when it comes to relationships with love, family, friends. It doesn't necessarily just have to be romantic love. It could be, heartbreak about something that happened at work. But it's something that's really triggering and holding on to you, or you're holding on to it. So the cards that we have here, looks really good. It looks like that there's going to be a completion of a cycle, and with that completion of a cycle, you're going to have some fast-moving energies, a message of passion, a message of communication coming in from somebody that is probably younger than you. It's going to be really quick. It's going to be abrupt. It's going to be full of energy. With that, though, it is going to be, a wish or something that you really wanted to have come in. It's going to make you happy. It's going to make you content. We have the Nine of Cups here, where it's, you're sitting there amongst all the cups that you could have. It's not totally the Ten of Cups, so it's not, with your family and enjoying, life as an adult. It's more of like, I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with what's going on. I'm happy in the situation. I can stand tall on my own. But it's enjoying everything that's coming towards you. And then, I mentioned the Ten of Cups. It's not the Ten of Cups, but then we have the Four of Wands here. And so the Four of Wands, with that, it's all about, your family life. It is the twin flame 1111 soulmate card. It's about celebrations, weddings. It's about joy and happiness with the house and the home and the family life. So a lot of great energies so far. Let's see if we can dig deep into this. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do our Banksy Tarot. Banksy Tarot is a little different than the regular tarot. It uses Banksy's graffiti pieces and allows you to do more of a intuitive reading than using the iconography that's on the cards and the symbology that's listed. So let's take a look to see what it has. Let's see here. We'll just do a row of the Banksy cards, and then we'll move into the other cards. Just gonna take them as they had laid down. They came. These are really cool cards. I'm going to grab the one up at the top. So, with the Banksy cards, we have Buckets are for cups, spray cans are for swords, brushes are wands, and stencils are pentacles. So we have buckets here, which are the cups, and then we have the stencils, which is pentacles, and then the spray cans, which is swords. So a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and first look at this one here. So this is the Eight of Buckets. So it's the Eight of Cups. Usually it's like you're leaving something behind and you're moving on. In this picture here, you know, the woman is there. She's intoxicated, and she's just throwing up nothing but love. You know, so intoxicated in love, or maybe sick of being in love, sick of love, sick of heartache. I want to say though, with this card, I'm getting more of like the intoxication of love and wanting to be in love versus being by yourself. And you know, you can love yourself, absolutely, you know, 110%. That's what the Nine of Cups is. But it's about, you know, you don't want to be, you know, it's not the fact that you are lonely, you're just alone, and you want to have that, recapture that feeling of being in love and loving somebody else. And so it's like intoxicating love. So it's like, have you ever met somebody and you're just totally smitten by that person? Like from the moment that you meet them, you're just, you want to be with them all the time, like that obsessive love. That's what this kind of feels like to me. It's like obsessive. You're so overwhelmed with love that you're throwing it up. And so then we have the Three of Stencils, which is like the Three of Pentacles. So it's building. But on this one here, it's, you have you know, mixed individuals. So you have older individuals, youth, and younger kids, and they're playing in a band. And you know, it's about being in sync and being in unity. It's about community. It is in sense of like Three of Pentacles, where it's more of the collaboration component. So you can play solely one instrument and be a fantastic artist, or you can play with a group of people. You can play, you know, an instrument, or play in a community with more than one person, and it provides you a lot of great insights. So maybe it's about, you know, stepping out, enjoying life, enjoying people, enjoying music. I know under quarantine, it's really hard to be able to get out and enjoy the community, but we have some great opportunities. I know a lot of people are doing Zoom concerts and Zoom benefit charities. I have a friend that has a charity benefit going on this evening. So it's about being part of that community and enjoying each other's company and enjoying, you know, the livelihood. And you know, with music, to me personally, music like feeds your soul. It just, you can connect to music, you know, without even seeing it. You can't see the notes, but you can feel it. It goes right into your soul, and it's about embracing that feeling that goes right into your soul with those that are around you. And then we have the Death card, and this one here is I'm assuming as a woman, because it looks like they're wearing a skirt, and I don't want to assume that only women wear skirts, but for the sake of this, we'll just assume that this is a feminine energy and that she is blowing her head off, but there's a whole bunch of butterflies. And so with death, traditionally, death is about an end of a cycle as well, but it's about change, but not as big as like a tower. So it's like a small change, something that will change your situation that you needed to go into. So it could just be you decided to, okay, you know what, I'm not going to go get Taco Bell tonight. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to make myself my own quesadillas, and I'm going to learn how to do this myself. You know, like small changes. It's not necessarily earth-shattering change, but it's about bringing and transforming into something better. So that's where the butterflies come in, and it's about that transformation piece, being able to go from being in a cocoon to, you know, spreading your wings and flying. All right, so then we have the Ace of Buckets, which is the Ace of Cups. And with the Ace of Cups, you know, it's about that offer of emotion, that offer of, you know, wish fulfillment, and and it's always a great foundation. It's the beginning to get to that 10 of cups. Um, so for this here, it's like in this picture, you have a helicopter, you have um, just like the woman throwing up, someone's dumping all these hearts and love, onto a city. So for me, it's more about sharing and building that way, building a foundation within yourself and sharing this love. And um, either you're the helicopter coming in and you're sharing your love with your community, or vice versa. Somebody is going to come by and offer you all this love to have a great new beginning, a great start, and a great foundation, and to be able to build from there. Not just it's not just one big heart here. It's I want to say thousands, but it would be thousands and hundreds and so forth if it was coming from a helicopter. But it's a lot. So it's not just one area about you, about the love for you, but it's about everything about you. So if you're meeting up with somebody that's going to be offering you this bucket of love this weekend, it's not just going to be about how you look or your personality. It's going to be about your whole package, about every little bit. Every little bit about you is going to be welcomed and loved. Okay. So then we also have the Brother of Spray Cans. And so the Brother of Spray Cans is like the Knight of Swords. Spray Cans, yeah, Knight of Swords. So he showed up yesterday in our reading, and with him, to me, it's more about that idea of what a police officer should be, embracing the loyalty to the community and to the people, providing security, stability, keeping things in order and in check, and making sure everything is safe and protected. But on the same token here, at the side here, you have he is utilizing a spray can and he's spray painting. So it's about being able to embrace all those qualities that they represent, while still being you, while still being yourself, while still having your creative voice, and still having that ability to shine, and to not feel oppressed by all these strong words, but to still allow your individual self to come through. Because sometimes we get into our roles, as parents, as adults, with younger siblings, as I said parents already. But sometimes we get into these roles that are preconceived as being the strong one, the stronghold in that relationship, and sometimes we forget that we are our own individual, unique people, and that we can have a little bit of fun. We can do our own thing, and we can be uniquely us. So, to me, it's about bringing stability, or someone's going to be coming in, offering you stability, but allowing you to still be you. So this is fantastic. So fast-moving energy coming in, passionate. We do have swords. So spray cans swords. That's more intellect. Sorry, I had to double check. I always write down the Banksy meanings because I always get the spray cans confused with the swords. So I just want to make sure that was right. But so you have two people represented here, two male energies coming swiftly at you. They are both fast-moving energies. So fast passion, fast intellectually stability. Lot of good cards here so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another row to clarify that. We're going to use, this is a universal tarot. I don't know why I'm doing that. I already shuffled. And so I forgot to mention that the bottom of the deck energy for this row happened to be the High Priestess, and it has Princess Leia on it, and it says, "Fuck this imperial bullshit." She came through yesterday as well, and to me, again, it's more of the High Priestess of trusting yourself, being yourself, and not conforming to social norms if that's not who you are. And so, again, I think this person that's coming in, this passionate person, this intellect person, is not here for um, just one aspect of you. I think they're here because that they they're here for you collectively as a whole individual, um, for you passionately, intellectually. They want to offer you some fantastic things. So let's go ahead and look. Here he is here too. After shuffling once for that, but I'm not going to put down because that's not where we're at right now. We're going to do another row here. I have to say today's reading feels a lot better than the last couple of readings I did. I don't know if it's maybe the setup is a little better for me, or just the energies in general. I think I need to move this so that you guys aren't seeing this stand, but c'est la vie. All right, let's see a couple cards here. This is coming in. Okay, guys, three more cards. Three cards. Maybe three cards. Okay, one more card, please. That's funny. So we had the Knight of Swords before we even pulled these cards, and now we have the King of Swords. And so the King of Swords is actually above, obviously, the Knight of Swords, and so he is typically Aquarius. And I'm sorry, I don't haven't really gone over who's in this reading and such. But anyways, you'll forgive me this time. Anyway, so very stoic individual. Very intellectual, less passionate on the outward side of things, but is passionate on the inside. He refrains from showing that passionate side because he doesn't want to look weak, and that's why he's wearing all this wonderful armor. But he definitely is quick intellectually and to the point, and can kind of be taken as being harsh. I think that's more of the directness that comes from them. So I'm going to put that over here. Let's take a look. We have Justice. We have, again, the Page, though, of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. And then Four of Swords. And then the King of Wands. Nice. Okay, so we got two more guys, two more masculine energies that are showing up. Okay, so with this here, we're going to start with Justice. So Justice, obviously, can be about legal systems, but it could also be about karmic justice. With it being said, you have the sort of clarity of truth, and then on the other side, you have the scale. So weighing things, weighing options. So coming to some sort of truth about a situation, and really putting forth, of where you stand on it. Was this what you expected? Was it, where it needs to be? But knowing that karma does come back to everybody. So in the end of the day, you can rest assured that the karma has weighed itself out, and that this person has learned whatever lesson that they needed to learn. And so getting to that truth. So maybe this person, you've had either a relationship with them before, and now they're coming back, and you're kind of worried because you don't know if their karma has been I don't want to say dealt with, but it hasn't been processed, or they haven't dealt with their karma yet. It could, though, be somebody that you've had connections to in a past life, and now you're closing that cycle of karma with them, or maybe you're beginning a karmic cycle to close that karma out. Then we have the Page of Wands, and so the Page of Wands again, he's a messenger of passion. So you have actually on here now, we have the page, we have the knight, and we have the king. So it's definitely a lot of passion coming in this weekend. Um, a message of passion, an offer of passion, stability of passion. Um, it's a younger guy in this card here, so younger, middle age, older. So this can really range like all masculine energies here, um, and knowing that whole cycle, you know. Um, so for me, when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about someone that is strong in their heart and strong in their mindset. You see how tall he's standing. Um, he's not hunched over. He's not shy. He's not looking back. He's standing firm on his 2 feet, on his own, and he's holding the stick versus the stick holding him or the wand holding him. And that there's growth. There's new opportunities coming in. So keep your eyes open. Keep your heart open for that. Then we also have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles to me kind of relates to the Nine of Cups, um, except for not as intoxicating. So when I had mentioned about being an independent person with the Nine of Cups, this is emotionally, independent. Like you know your truth emotionally with the Nine of Cups. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's like you are an individual that can stand tall in the material world. That you can take control of your own worth. You can take care of your own responsibility. So you don't need all these knights and wands coming in, rushing in, because you're that single independent person that can stand your ground. And again, it goes back to that whole you don't want to be alone. You're not lonely. You're just alone um, because you're standing by yourself. You do have the hawk, the messenger hawk there, or I don't. Well, I think that's more of the game of the prey. When you take the hawk's hood off, it goes and it seeks the prey. Um, but then you see here, to me, and I could be kind of seeing this wrong, but behind all the pentacles is all these grapes, and so to me, it's about good times. It's about wine. It's about Bacchus, enjoying and having a great time. Um, you know, enjoying your independence and soaking that up really much. And then we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about pausing and resting, um, and taking that time to have introspection. It's not where you're in the hangman position where you are stuck, um, and you have to seek out enlightenment. This is where you're actually taking yourself and putting yourself in a timeout and saying, whoa, I need to take a step out and I need to really think about, what's going on. Take a pause, and this is about mental pausing, thinking in your mind, instead of having all those racing thoughts and I mean, we're talking about here emotions, a lot of emotions and passions coming through, and instead of being so caught up in the passion and in the emotions, you're taking this time and you're like, whew, this is a lot to process right at the moment, a lot to process. Um, and this is where you take that retrospective pause and going, man, okay, let me look at the situation in the scenario. What are the red flags? What are the positive things? What spirit telling me that I should go ahead and watch for? And as I say this, I'm getting ringing in my ear. So just be mindful of the situations, because like I said, when you first meet people coming in, you could be intoxicated in that love, that dopamine that's coming through. Dopamine, yeah, that's coming through. So really, really take a chance to have that pause and to breathe. Breathe through that situation and to think clearly. And then we have the King of Wands, and again, this is the action guy, the go getter. He's the one that sends the messages out. He doesn't actually do it. He sends other people to do his work. So, but he is the strong mastermind about behind this passion. Um, all he's doing now is waiting. But to me, it's about that firm, courageous individual that puts themselves out there and welcomes the passion. So he's very, very passionate, um, very much more on the passion side you know than that king of swords. He thinks more with his emotion, with his intellect versus his emotions, whereas this guy thinks more of his passions than with his intellect. Like, he doesn't like think things through, like, how is this going to work out. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm in the moment and I want to take forth and show this. What I like here about it is you do have the courageousness here, and then you have these three little circles. And to me, the three kind of reminds me of three pentacles, even though I know that they're not. But it keeps telling me about the foundations, and being able to bring forth, even though he is very rash on being, passionate, he also is there to bring that stability into you, for you. I also think it's kind of interesting that the men on this row are all looking towards justice. And then she's looking right towards you. It's very interesting. All right. So let's see if we can find some more information. I did pull some cards. These are plain regular, well, they're not regular, they're smaller, but they're plain cards, using from a divination set that I have. And these are all the court cards, which represent, obviously, our King of Hearts and, King of Hearts, King of Swords, King and Queen, and so forth and so on. So what we're going to do is use them to give us some clear cut of what the person might look physically. I'm also throwing a Joker card in, and the Joker, the reason why is because it could be that the universe just doesn't want us to know. Okay, so I'm going to pull three cards, and with this, I want you to think of first A, B, or C, 1, 2, or 3, and whichever one I'm going to lay the three out, and then that's going to be the main person that's coming towards you this weekend. So again, we start with the knight, and then from the knight, masculine energy here. Then we have the page, and then we have the king. So I'm assuming that this is all the same character and the same person. So we're just going to pull one card. I'm going to kind of do a quick shuffle here again. And so for the first one, I'm going to actually just put this. This is going to be for A. Alright, so if you picked A or number 1, your person is going to be a younger person, brown hair or lighter color hair. Could be like an ashy blonde, maybe. I don't want to say fair skin because I hate to say that. I think all these cards have is notoriously pale skinned individuals. Yeah, because it's more like the Renaissance-y type of people. So I don't want to go with, what their ethnicity might be by any means. But, this is the page of Swords. And so we already knew I thought we had the page of Swords here. No, we had the page of Wands. Anyways, so it's a younger guy. They're probably going to have, like I said, either brown eyes with the brown or auburn hair. And then the second person is a younger guy. We did say a lot of younger guys with blonde hair. This guy has more longer hair. All right. And then the third option is a guy. It's going to be the king. And the king of the King of Wands, brown hair. It's going to be neat. Maybe have fit facial hair, brown eyes. I think that's really, really interesting here, because we had we have the king, right? We definitely have the king. And then we definitely have the two younger guys, one middle age and one younger. These are the jacks, so they're, they're not in the middle, but in playing cards, you only have the jack, the queen, and the king. So these could be one of these type of influences. So you might have three people, or one of these individual ones that you had picked, A, B, or C. Um, Also, it's interesting that we didn't have any female energies, or feminine energies. So remember that all of the energies here are all geared towards the energy. So not towards male or female, but towards masculine and feminine. And because we all have both masculine and feminine energies within us, it's just a matter of what you display more. All right, so we're going to close up this reading with a couple phrases, messages from the universe. What does everyone need to know about this weekend? Give us some words of advice. What do you need to know about this weekend? Okay. So the first one we got was, the more energy and tension I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So absolutely. So the more energy, the more and intention that you bring to knowing and surrendering and understanding that the universe will only bring good to you. The higher your vibration is to that joy and the happiness, the more fearless that you can be, because you'll understand that yes, we do have some bumps every once in a while in our lives, and we get tarot cards to keep us in line, and we have the death card to make changes, but that you can be fearless in your decisions, and that you are free. You are free to be you. You're free to embrace, you know, your love, and to embrace, yourself. So if you keep that energy level high and intend on having positive emotions and positive energy coming towards you, that's all going to continue to come towards you. And then, I am the dreamer of my dream. Absolutely. Again, you're the one that makes your life. You're the one that chooses what choices that you can make. So every action that we have, you decide on which way to go. So it's your choice if you want to go to the left or go to the right. It's your choice if you want to, if you want to get in the car to go down 2 blocks down the street, or if you want to walk 2 blocks down the street. It's your choice if you want to embrace, let's say, this person that's supposed to come in. Maybe they are someone from the past, but it's your choice if you want to take them in and start something new with them. It's your dream. You are the dreamer. You create your world. Embrace that. And then, of course, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So it's letting those intentions, setting them out there into the world, and then just letting them go. And once you let them go, you do surrender. And then once you realize that, hey, I've surrendered all this, you actually surrender more, and that brings the good luck, that brings the fortune, the wishes coming true, and letting the universe help guide you. What I love about this is that here you have, the dandelion, where you can blow the wishes. I'm not sure if all countries believe in that saying, but as a kid, I remember picking up the dandelions, and I still do that as an adult when they're full bloom like that, and then blowing them and having your wishes on all those little seeds, and so it's about well wishes and such. Um, Thank you for joining me for the weekend general read. This definitely captured a lot of love, and I can't wait to see what this weekend holds. So thank you again for joining us, and can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thanks. Have a great one.